greet that guest. And the reason why she couldn't qualify to greet that guest is because she didn't have clothes. That was my mother. My mother was, the only thing that she had was a white nylon camisole, and on top of it were tatters. She didn't have shoes. She was so embarrassed she couldn't go to greet the guest, who was a cabinet minister for public works. As a little boy, I looked at my mother, and I looked at the misery that my mother was in, and a desire was dropped in my heart. A desire that may go like this: I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. Let's go together. I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. Let's say it with vigor. Let's go together. I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. I just wanted to prepare myself that one day I will remove a frown from my mother's face and replace it with a smile. Mr. Chief Principal, in my life there are so many things. I'm a hard guy. I'm not a person that you can so easily threaten anywhere. That you can't cause me to shed tears. But there is one thing that will make me shed tears, is when I see a teenage son or a teenage daughter causing pain to their mother or their father, to cause their mother or their grandma, the person paying school fees for them, to shed tears. For me, I said, I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. I'll get my mother out of her quagmire. That was my first desire. So if you are making your notes, my teaching this morning is titled Powered by Desire. Powered by Desire. Several years ago, we didn't have anything called Chavakali Secondary School. So many years ago. But then there came those early Quakers, people called Quakers, coming in from America, and they came and settled. First of all, they went to Kericho. They were rejected. They came to Kaimosi, and then finally they came to Chavakali. And they came to this place. They established a church, and they established a school, a primary school. And after some years, those people desired, those people, Mr. Principal, the people who began this school had no degree. They did not have a diploma. The only resource they had in their hearts was a desire for a school. So this school that we see here is a product of what? A desire. I believe that if you go back to those wazes like Litu, like Amkune, and you go to all those kinds, and you Luceno, and you want to find out if they ever thought the school will grow to be this mighty giant that admits students from all over the Republic of Kenya. Those guys desired. This school is a product of desire. 2011, I came here and they were building that administration block. I don't think the roof was up yet. And that building is a desire, is a product of a desire of a principal. I think it was Mr. Lansva. And then Mr. Indimuli came and pushed it up. Everything that we see, every architectural work, every structural engineering works, every civil engineering works is a product of what? Desire. Several years ago, 2 boys, orphans, who had nothing but a bicycle carriage at home, sat down having dropped out of school, and they sat down and said, how come someone created a machine that moves on the road and we call it what? Vehicle. How come someone created a machine that sails in the water and we call it what? Ship. And someone else created a machine that moves on the railway and we call it what? And these 2 boys who had never been to any school of aviation but powered by what? I want you to shout it. Powered by what? They desired to make a machine that will go against the forces of gravity, carry people and cargo, be sustained in the air, and move from one continent to another continent. What is the name of the implement? Aircraft. The guys who created that thing didn't have the amount of education that you have today. They were not high. Actually, the elder brother Wilbur had just gone up to Form 2, and then he dropped. The other one is class 8. Did you know that the mighty aircrafts we see, the entire aviation industry was created by 2 orphan boys who were powered by what? I did not hear. They were powered by what? Now I have a question, gentlemen. How much money must you have in order to desire? How many beards must you have in order to desire? What intensity of bass must you have in order to? I'm asking, I need some response. Show me something today that exists. Look at this microphone. In the past, they had to come up with a microphone that is not corded, wireless. And today we use, and my favorite one is the lapel. I like using a lapel because I'm not very disciplined with this one. Several years ago, a boy was born in America to go for studies. And the boy was from Africa. And after a short period of time, the parents divorced. So the boy was raised by grandma. And after many years, his mother got another man who was willing to marry. Him or to marry her and adopted the boy. So the man was not an African, the man was not an American, the man was from Indonesia. So the man took the boy together with his mother from America back to Jakarta in Indonesia. And when the boy was 8 years old, that is class 3, their class 3 teacher asked all the boys to open a new page in their journals. A new page in this book like this, and then write what I desire. This is a boy that should be suffering from identity crisis. His skin doesn't make him believe that he is a white American because he's crossbred. He's not black. The religion of his mother is Christianity. The religion of his adopted father is what? Islam. The boy is in what you would consider a quagmire in his mind. But then the boy takes his pen and he writes, I desire to be the president of United States of America. I think you can guess who I'm talking about. Who is that? Obama. If a child whose father had, ignored him, dumped him, can still rise on the wings of what? Why can't you say it? On the wings of what? And still rise to become the president, the 44th president, right? 44th president of the United States of America. And and he's a black man. And the black people in America are not majority, they are a minority. They are about 13% of the population. There are places, I have some little home in West Virginia, and I'm the only person of color. mpaka siku nyingine mtoto wa mzungu anauliza, na dadi, huyu mtu nani alimpaka rangi? Okay, let's say my declaration. I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. Let's go. I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come. True or false? How many of you believe in those words? The United Nations, or your day as a doctor, your day as an engineer, your day as a chief justice, your day as a professor, your day as a preacher of the gospel, your day will come. It will. Let me take you back to Mativo village, where this boy was, and he's looking at his mother in tatters, and he desired. Several desires came in my heart. One of the desires that I had was, I will study, I will prepare, and my day will come and I'll help my mother out of her misery. Number two, that when I marry, my wife will not have to suffer the way my mother and my sisters were suffering. Number three, that my children will not have to go through what I went through in my life. You know, Mr. Principal, in my education, this is all that someone has ever paid, 400 shillings. That is all that someone has ever paid for my school fees. The rest, I became a carpenter to educate myself. Why did I become a carpenter? Because I was powered by what? Desire for a better life. When all other boys were running after girls, running after alcohol, running after abusing drugs, I was running after my dream. And my main motivation was, when and how am I going to get my mother out of her mess? And then I remember when I was being sent home for school fees. You know, I qualified to go to Naitiri. Remember, Naitiri was better than FSK those days. But I could not go to St. Patrick's. So I went to a small Harambee school called Kimilili Secondary School. And I was there walking on foot. When they sent me home for fees, I walked from Kimilili to Chwele, then Matibo, 22 kilometers. I was walking on the way, students. I created, now a fourth desire was created in me. A desire that said, when God, you bless me through the problems that I'm going through. Today, I think, Mr. Principal, you know that in the whole of Bungoma County, I am the main sponsor of education. I pay school fees for 655 students. I pay school fees for 20 students at Kibabi University. I pay school fees for 20 students Masinde Muliro University, and I pay school fees for a number of students in Kitale National Polytechnic. All these things are happening not because I'm a silver-tongued orator, not because I am smarter than any one of you. All things are happening because I am powered by what? Desire. Some of you are wondering, now when will he read the Bible? Now listen. The Bible says in Mark chapter 11 and verse 24. Mark 11 and verse 24. It is one of my most beloved portions of scripture, and I like it most in the King James Version. What does it say? Whatsoever thing ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye have received it, and it will be yours. Whatsoever thing ye desire. Let me put it in a more contemporary English. Let us run away from the Elizabethan English and come to the contemporary English. It says, anything you desire, when you pray, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Anything. Now, I want you to tell me, gentlemen, what is the meaning of anything?
It means anything.
What is anything?
kila kitu.
What is anything?
No, generalizing something.
What is anything?
Whatever you can think of.
Whatever. What is the meaning of whatever? Now, because people love money, let me use money. If today, Mr. Principal, you said any student who will score a straight A of 88 points, this school and the board are giving you this, and they give you a check that has been authorized by the chairman, authorized by who? The principal, who is the secretary and the accounting officer of this school, the CEO of Chavakali Boys National School. Put there what? How much do you think you will put? Some of you here will say 2,000. And others will say 1 million. Another one will say what? 100 million. And yet another one will say 1 billion. Then another one will say 2 what? Billion. Then another one will say 1 trillion. Another one will say what? Quadrillion. What the school has said, we have all to reward you. It is only your duty to put there what you do what? Why can't you say it? You put there what you do what?